What's up, guys? Got a pretty cool one for you today. This time I'm going to be showing off a new course that was just released in GSPro called the Riverwalk Skills Challenge. So this is one of those super creative skills challenge courses that I actually think there's some of these that are really cool just for working on your game. But also I see people always asking for stuff like this for kids, and there are a lot of fun games that you can set up for a party or for kids or whatever. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to walk you through each of the skills challenges and we'll go. So to begin with, you always want to load this in the on-course practice mode, or else it will not function correctly. And you're just going to search for Riverwalk Skills Challenge. I've already got it downloaded. This is by R. Dyer and CE Sim Golf are the designers. And I am just going to go ahead and hit play. So I will kind of walk through this and try to go through each one, and hopefully this doesn't make this video too long. So right when you open it, it's got a prompt that reminds you to open this up in on-course practice mode or else it won't work right, and a little bit of details on how to edit the player names and so on. So right here on the bottom left, you can see that there are spaces for 4 players, and you can just click edit and type in player 1's name and so on. As you can see, there's fireworks in the background. That's a really cool feature. Those go off all the time. You can skip a turn here and clear the scores. And then down here on the bottom, this dialog box right here is where you select the game, your max number of shots, which I'm going to go ahead and change to 5 and 1 player. And I will start off with darts at 50 yards. And that just moves this little floating island green back to 50 yards. This is a really cool one that I like because I like practicing my wedges just like this. And I believe I saw somewhere there's a setting that you can turn the fireworks on and off, I think, if that bugs you, but it's a pretty cool feature. And then of course you see all the buildings around, you're hitting down a river. This is a really cool setting, kind of in the middle of a city, which is pretty unique. So 50 yards, I've got 5 shots. Let's go ahead and get after it. Little right, little long. 2 points. So I forgot, when you select a game, down here next to the game there's rules. You can click that, it'll bring this up. And this little pop-up has the rules for each of the games that we're going to go through. So darts, number 1, pick a distance. Outer ring is worth 1 point. The closer you are to the center, the more points you will get. Scoring is based on where you land the ball initially, which I like because I'm trying to carry it a certain distance, and I don't really want the rollout. I'm not going to look at that. So a little long again. Wow. All right. So as I said, I gave myself 5 shots each. I may not go through all 5 in each game because I don't want this to be too long, but that's a little better. 5 points. So you get the idea. If you have multiple players, you know, you'll let them go, and you can see the scores on the left-hand side. And when you've reached your max shots, game is over. So that's darts. So that is available from 30 yards all the way up to 180, which is really cool. So before moving on from hole 1, you can also switch to long drive, which is how you would expect. You're hitting a drive down the river. And I can pop up the rules box if you would like, but you've got a little sign right here that shows 1 point for each 10 yards beyond 200. So same thing with all these games, you can select your number of players and compete against each other, but or you can just do it by yourself, which I'm doing. Not a good one, off the toe, but it's gonna get me 240, so 5 points. So I got 1 point for getting past 200, and then 4 points for the other 40 yards. So 5 points total. So again, you select your max number of shots. I'm on 5, and you will just do this and total up your scores. Pretty cool. Well, not much better. And yeah, of course, not getting anything for that because I missed everything. So we'll move on. So both of those darts and long drive were on hole number 1. If I go to cornhole, that's on hole number 2. See, it tells me switch to hole number 2. I'm just going to come up here, move to hole number 2, and now we've got the cornhole game. So this is more of just a chipping game. I believe you get 1 point for hitting the board and 3 if it goes in the hole. Let's see. So that carried about 20 yards. That's about where what the distance is. Got 1 point for that. It's going to be short. Nope, went in. All right. 3 points. Got it in the hole. So that's cornhole, hole number 2. Let's go to hole number 3, break glass. You got to switch it down here in this box and come up here, move to hole number 3. Most people have seen something like this before. You have got to break each pane of glass. And you get points for each broken pane. So I was messing around with this a little bit, and man, I was not doing great. It's kind of, well, let's see what happens. First one's going to be the easiest, but yeah, trying to hit these little punch shots, like even that was in the top pane, trying to hit these little punch shots in the sim, is making me shank it quite a bit, so I don't really have that problem on the course, but something about being in here. That's not bad. So, pretty cool glass break challenge. That's hole number 3. Let's go to elimination. Hole number 4, switching it at the bottom and at the top. So this one is another really cool one that I like, that's kind of also for, I think, really good for game improvement. Basically, you've got these targets that run down the middle of the river, and of course through each different distances. Once you hit one of those distances, it gets removed and you can't hit it again. So the object is to remove as many of those as you can. So let me just grab a wedge. I don't remember what the first one was, how short, but let's just see. A little bit on the left, about 75 yards. Oh, carried 70, exactly, got it. So that 70-yard one just disappeared. And I got 2 points for that, and the farther the target is, the more points you will get. So let me see if I can use the same wedge, get another one. $100-yarder, 5 points. Pretty cool. So let's see. So this kind of reminds me of like the randomizer on the SkyTrack range, where although this isn't random, it gets you to kind of target different distances through your whole bag. And it's a game, so it's kind of cool. That's going to be left. Oh well. And of course, no points for that. So that's elimination. Hole number 4. I'm a fan of that one as well. Let's go down here to roof shots, hole number 5. And I didn't switch the hole yet, but you can see all these green spheres popped up. So let me get on the right hole, which is number 5, and that gets me up to the rooftop. And I'll pull up the rules here. Roof shots. Green spheres are worth 5 points each. Red cubes will cost you negative 10 points. A target can only be hit once and will disappear after you hit it. Look left and right for targets, as some may be out of view initially. So I like to use the mini map to target these and kind of find the right distance, because you're dealing with such different elevation changes. So let's go with maybe this one right here. 125 and 25 yards down. And of course, when you hit one, it'll disappear and you'll want to move around and hit another. So a little bit similar to elevation, but a little bit more visually fun. That might be too much. Hit it. Got it. 5 points, and that one disappeared. Cool. So let's maybe go to this one. That is about 125. And it's only 6 feet down from the rooftop that I'm on. So let's just kind of go with that, see what happens. Got to get there. Boom. Got it. So I think this one would be fun for kids, but it may be a little bit hard given all the different elevation changes. But pretty cool. Let's see, what is left? Number 6, top flop. Just change at the bottom and then change the hole. So this one is cool. You got to hit a flop shot over the wall, and there's a little sand pit right behind it. So can't just go over the wall. It's also got to be short enough to land in the sand. So this one's pretty tough. Just barely got that one. And that one gave me 1 point. So since I got it over, you can see the wall is now on level 2. So every time you score, the wall gets higher. Might be long. Yeah, way too long. That's the hard part here. Now, some of you guys, depending on your sim setup, might have a hard time hitting real flop shots on this one, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Just barely. All right, last try. Oh man, that was close. This will be my real last try, whether I make it or not. It's so close, it's just bugging me. Definitely got over. Gah, just a foot too long. Oh well. So that's pretty much it. And you see I used all 5 shots that I set up there, so it says game completed, and you move on. Guys, this one's really cool. Download it. R. Dyer and CE Sim Golf, thank you for creating this and putting it out in-game. Really cool one. And hope to show you more stuff like this in the future. So hit subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.